And we have already seen what is random logic BIST last time. So we know that LFSR, it is used for hardware pattern generation and as well as for response compaction, and aliasing can be one type of problem. But when we come to memory BIST, it is little different because memory is having a repeated regular structures, and to have all type of fault models is not possible. So normally memory BIST is based on some algorithm only, though random logic also can work for that, but they are guided by the steps which are already tabulated in an order or a sequential form. So March tests, they are the most commonly or preferred used for developing the memory BIST hardware. Okay, so we'll start with that. So first we come to the architecture. This is the basic architecture of the memory BIST. Okay, so as such, just like the basic principle, it remains same. There has to be a comparator which has to check between the good and the bad. So that role of comparator is very clear to you. This is your RAM. Any memory can be connected. Between that, this is the input logic and this is the output. From when the inputs are coming and where the outputs they have to go. Now this is the new part in this. So the very essential and new components to the memory BIST are: first, you need to have an address generator. First and foremost, you need to have the address generator. Addresses means you need, if your memory is having 0000 to FFFH, so you need to traverse all those addresses either in the increasing order or in the decreasing order to apply your March test. So every address has to be accessible, one thing. So address generator is part of that. Next is the data generator. Now, when we are talking about March test, we either write 1 or we write 0, or we read 1 or read 0. So for controlling what has to be written or read from a cell, we need to have a data generator. Let's say I want to write 1 to n cells in the increasing order. So data generator is responsible for generating the pattern of all ones of n bits. So that sequence is given by data generator. Control generator is primarily responsible for controlling the read and the write operation, typically in context of the March algorithm used for the memory BIST. So here we are having multiplexers. So multiplexer has to be applied between the input coming to each of the address line, data line, and the control lines of your memory, because they have to choose between the test input and the normal input which is coming. Again, what has to be chosen? That comes from the control generator, which is further controlled by the test control and external input. So whenever the test control is asserted, it means we are going into the test mode of the memory, which requires that these lines which are coming from the logic, they are not connected or they are not passed on to the memory. Only the lines which are coming from the memory BIST logic, they will be applied to your multiplexers and further passed on to the memory. So this is pretty simple and easy to understand as compared to the logic BIST. Okay. So now we come towards the classification. Now when we talk about the memory BIST approaches, we have to deal it separately for RAM and ROM. ROM can be simple extension of the ROM testing techniques, okay, which we haven't covered. And RAM testing, that is further divided into SRAM and DRAM. Normally, जो SRAM test है, that can be further classified as ROM based, FSM based, and processor based. Now, what does this mean? When we talk about this controller, let me go to the previous slide. ये जो हमारा कंट्रोलर है इसके अंदर मेमोरी बिस्ट का के 3 एसेंशियल पार्ट्स है जो मेरे पास चाहिए. जो अगर हम इसको लॉजिक बिस्ट के साथ कंपेयर करें, इट इज वेरी सिंपल. रैम इज सिंपली टेकिंग प्लेस ऑफ योर CUT. Okay, comparator is the way comparator was used there. And compact यहाँ पे response compactor का काम नहीं हो रहा है, and यहाँ पे rest of the part which is new that is coming through this whole MBIST logic, in which a very important part is played by the control generator or the controller. Okay, so the next classification we are talking about, whether it is ROM based, FSM based or processor based, that comes from the controller classification only. When I say FSM based, it means my controller operation, okay, that has been formulated as a finite state machine, okay, and it is already hardwired. Already it is fixed to move or transit from one state to another. Where let's say the first state says read 0 from all the cells in increasing order. Let's say the second state would be write 1 to all the cells in decreasing order. So whatever is the sequence of your March test used behind the MBIST, that is already hardwired and that is actually implemented as a finite state machine. So this is one of the oldest methodology which is used for implementing the MBIST controller logic, and but it offers little less flexibility. The problem with this is flexibility is little less, though it is easy. Okay, because when I say hardwired, it means my controller is already optimized its hardware to work on that particular FSM structure only. Okay, so if we need some upgradation, that is a problem. Coming to the ROM based. In case of the ROM based, what we do is the sequence of the steps. That is, let's say my March test is a series of elements, March elements. So that series of March elements and accordingly the operation. Let's पहले March element में I have to go for the write operation. So that write operation followed by a read operation followed by the next. So that is already stored as a sequence in the ROM, and further every that step it is coded. For example, अगर आपने मैं आपको बोलती हूँ कि आपको ALU डिजाइन करना है, take the simple example. If I tell you that you have to design one ALU, okay, I'll repeat, Khushbu. I'll just complete this, then I'll repeat. So in ROM based, what happens is, let's say, जैसे अगर मैं आपको बोलती हूँ कि let's say you design an ALU, तो ALU में आपके 8 operations होने चाहिए, 4 logic, 4 आपके basic arithmetic. तो आप क्या करोगे? 4 मतलब 8 operations है, तो 8 operations को code करने के लिए मेरे पास minimum 4 bits चाहिए. तो आप एक functional opcode बना लेते हो. 00 stands for add, 001 stands for subtract, and so on. So similar is the approach used in ROM based. You have a ROM, so in that you want to store your steps of the algorithm. Let's say first is read 0, second is write 1 to all the elements in decreasing order. So that would be coded. Let's say I say that 01001, that 5-bit combination is representing write operation in the increasing order. So I will give an opcode in the ROM. So that will occupy lesser of ROM plus that is in a predefined sequence. So that works well. It gives me better flexibility than FSM based. Okay. Because if I need to change my March elements, I simply need to add a new opcode or a microcode for that. Okay, coming back to the FSM based, since it was required to be repeated, in the FSM based, what we do is the transition of operation required to be followed in the March test, which is behind this BIST logic. Okay, I use the state transition. Let's say I have an initial state where all my memory cells, they are treated as zeros in the order which is irrelevant. So that would be one state. Let's say state S1. Now state S1 will transit to state S2 only if it is getting the control signal right equal to 1. If it doesn't get right equal to 1, it will keep looping in the same state. So when the right is equal to 1, it will move to the next state. That state can be probably right 1 to all the cells in increasing order. So likewise, so what I do is, जो भी मेरा मार्च एल्गोरिथम है जिसको मैंने इम्प्लीमेंट करना है, उसको मैं एक फाइनाइट स्टेट मशीन की तरह इम्प्लीमेंट करती हूँ. ओके, सो दैट इज द लॉजिक बिहाइंड. अब उसमें होता क्या कि आप उसको अपने कंट्रोलर को उसी तरह से हार्डवेयर उसका उसी तरह से ऑप्टिमाइज करते हो दैट इट इज गोइंग टू प्रेजेंट, बिकॉज इट रिक्वायर्स ट्रांजिशन सिग्नल्स एंड इट इज गोइंग टू मूव फ्रॉम वन स्टेट टू अनदर. सो हार्डवेयर मल्टीप्लेक्सर चाहिए या उसके अंदर आपका रजिस्टर चाहिए. सो दैट वुड बी formulated once you have given the required FSM structure. So if suppose I want to upgrade my March algorithm, let's say मेरा कोई particular type of fault नहीं detect हो रहा था, अब March का एक new version आ गया है, March C, तो मुझे अपने उस algorithm को upgrade करना है. तो FSM based का ये नुकसान है कि आप उसका hardware भी आपको you will have to, you will first require to redesign your FSM, and maybe you may or may not require the additional hardware or a new configuration of the existing hardware. So आपको hardware को at least reconfigure तो करना ही पड़े. So that is the oldest method which was used, very easy, but it offered very less flexibility. Next we come to is the processor based approach. The processor based approach is relatively very new. Okay, it started with when the concept of embedded memories came in, especially with the coming of system on chips. Okay, so in that case, FSM based was not working at all. That was very difficult because SoC हम normally क्या करते हैं, when we design SoC we are going to use memory core. हम memory cores use करते हैं, ठीक है. और ना ही मेरे लिए उसमें ROM based applicable हो रहा था. It was becoming difficult because I can use multiple memory cores with a different configuration, with a different structure, with a different cell address size. So that was giving a problem. So the new approach was used. In this approach, what we use is, we use the assembly language programming of the on-chip processor. For example, मेरा 8085 के लिए कुछ है, that is too old, but let's just take one example. So let's say हमारा कोई प्रोसेसर है, Intel का कोई प्रोसेसर है, so I write my instructions or the algorithm sequence in that language only. So जैसे उसका प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट हो रहा है वैसे ही मेरा side by side this, whenever my test has to be activated, so it will start executing at its own program subroutine. So processor based memory test approach is used in that. I hope it is clear. जो DRAM है, DRAM is also using March algorithm only, but इसमें neighbor pattern sensitive fault based model use होता है. So it is again March based, but the model of that is transition model जो आप use करते हो या state model use करते हो, वो neighboring pattern sensitive faults का use करते हो. Why? Because DRAM it is dynamic, so fair possibility कि आपकी memory cell एक साथ वाले से affect हो सकता है. So that has to be detected. That is very important. So DRAM is based on that. So now we come to another classification, another criteria for is whether my cells of the memory, they are tested one at a time or they are tested parallelly as a group. So that is a very, very important criteria. Obviously, when I talk about parallel, it means if I have a 32-bit word, my whole word, okay, or the whole 32 bits would be tested at a time. So the algorithm would be applied. If I write 0, it means it is going to write 0 to all the bits of the word. Okay. And serial means one bit at a time, single bit memory model that is there. In that case, what I have to do is अगर मेरी memory it is let's say connected as a 2D array with the rows and columns. So मेरे जो rows के cell हैं they would be connected serially as a shift register type configuration, जहाँ पे एक की output दूसरे की input serve करती है test mode में. So obviously this is slow. So एक address पे मेरे पास होगा तो वही. So if I talk about the address 00 पे मतलब मेरे अगर 8 बिट वर्ड है तो पूरी 8 बिट्स है, लेकिन वो सीरियली कनेक्टेड है एक एड्रेस पे. ठीक है. और पैरेलल के अंदर क्या है, मेरी एक एड्रेस पे इट इज अ सिंगल ऑपरेशन विच इज गोइंग सेम टू all the bits in the row which is indicated by that particular address. I hope it is clear. So obviously parallel it is very fast as compared to the serial implementation. But when we talk about the coupling between two cells in the same row, that coupling faults, they are missed when I talk about parallel implementation of MBIST algorithm. So I hope it is clear. Now going back to the previous slide only before I come to the next. So first one, that is the basic this architecture. अब इसके अंदर एक जो बड़ी चीज हमें important चाहिए, एक तो डेटा जनरेटर चाहिए और एड्रेस जनरेटर. डेटा जनरेटर मुझे समझ में आता है that डेटा जनरेटर it is a problem, it is not a problem because वो LFSR है जो हम उसके साथ पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न और कोई भी फॉर दैट मैटर कोई भी पैटर्न जनरेटर यूज कर सकते हैं. लेकिन एड्रेस जनरेटर के लिए हम क्या यूज करते हैं? सो वील कम टू दैट. सो फॉर एड्रेस जनरेटर वी अगेन मेक यूज ऑफ LFSR. नो बिग क्वेश्चन इन दैट अराइजेस कि LFSR की लिमिटेशन थी. पहली बात वो 000 स्टेट में नहीं आता है. It hangs into that state. So what about that question? So question is how I can use LFSR. And the second thing is when I have to specify the decreasing order, तब मेरा LFSR कैसे count करेगा? So both these problems have been sorted out in this diagram which is showing the implementation which is capable of moving into the 00 state and coming out of it also, and it is able to traverse in the reverse direction also. So this is a special or the modified form of the LFSR we had seen, in which this NOR gate has been included. Okay, so with the inclusion of this NOR gate, what is happening is you are able to cater to your all 0 states. So first only see this half of the diagram. ये वाला नहीं देखोगे आप. Don't see this half. Only see this first half with the 3 flip-flops 0, 1 and 2. x0, x1, x2. So मान के चलो कि मेरा एक LFSR है. नॉर्मल में मेरे पास इसके फीडबैक में ये एक्सटर्नल है, तो मैंने इसके फीडबैक पाथ में I have connections coming from 2 paths. So what is the characteristic polynomial for this? X cube x plus 1. But I have included this NOR gate which is taking inputs from the 2 internal paths between the flip-flops and feeding it to this XOR gate, extra XOR gate which has been there, so that we can include all zeros. Now let's see how. Okay, that is for that. Okay, let's see how. So I assume that initially all the flip-flops, they are in the 00 state. So when it is in the 00 state, my one input to this OR gate is 0 and the second input, that is also coming as 0. So when both the inputs are 0, the output I am getting at the output of NOR gate is 1. So this 1 goes as an input to XOR gate. So as an input to this XOR gate indicated by my cursor, and the second input which is coming from this last flip-flop in the LFSR, that is also 0. So XOR of 0 and 1 is going to give me 1. Okay, so when this 1 goes as the input, this is again 0. So 0, 0, 0 and 1 inputs coming to this XOR gate indicated by my cursor. That gives me the output 1. So when the next cycle will come, the input at by this first flip-flop in this LFSR is 1, which clocks this input 1 into this flip-flop. So what I am getting as the sequence is 1, 0, 0. Okay, so once this is 1, it means this is definitely going to be input has changed, which is coming to this XOR gate. Okay, so with this as 1, this also will change to 1. ये भी 1 हो जाएगी, यहाँ पे 0 हो जाएगा, 0 मतलब यहाँ 0, फिर 0 1 का कॉम्बिनेशन, तो अगली बार फिर मेरे पास आउटपुट 1 आएगी, तो इसका मतलब ये 1 अगली बार इधर शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. So I see here that with the inclusion of this NOR gate, I am able to have a 0 0 state and come out of this state also. Now coming to this part, what is this? This is just same structure, but here the shifting has been in the opposite direction. So I have changed the direction of the switch. अब LFSR का काम क्या है? LFSR का काम है कि आपको random sequence generate करता है, ठीक है? And it is mandated that हर pattern एक बार आए. पहले वाली problem थी कि 0 0 was not included, but with the inclusion of this NOR gate, that has been overcome. So it means with the n-bit LFSR, I am able to clock through all the states, 2n states which are possible with the n flip-flops. Okay, but they are still random in nature. So how do I, whenever in the March test I'm encountering the decreasing order, uske liye what I have done is we have simply configured or we have connected our shift registers in the opposite direction. यहाँ पे direction of movement was coming from here to here. Now the shift direction is from here to here. So I have changed by direction of the shift. Okay. So that is the direction of the shift is here to here. Sorry. In this it is coming from this to this. In this it is coming from this to this. So left to right, right to left. So both are opposite of each other. Okay. So we have formulated this logic. So if I combine it into a single thing, we can simply change it to same structure coming into 1 where a control input is there, up and down. Up means if it is 1. If this signal is 1, it is going to be configured as an first configuration which we were having in the previous there, that is shifting from left to right. Okay, and if this is 0, that is down is asserted, then it is going to shift in the opposite direction. अभी mux का मतलब क्या है? Mux is nothing but it is inserted before every flip-flop, so we control the direction as well as we are able to give the this feedback part में जो input देनी है, that is controlled accordingly. So if you see the working, it will come out to be the same. It is nothing but combined form of the two diagrams we have seen in the previous slide. So based on this, I can have a up counting which is random again, 1 0 0, 1 1 0, 1 1. So this is the direction of the movement. So it is not definitely in the increasing order of the count because ये अभी भी random है. LFSR is the random count generator. It is not a counter which is going to count in the increasing or decreasing order. So अगर हम बात करते हैं कि मेरा वो जो March test element में I have a up sign, so I can configure in the left to right shift, which is going to give me a deterministic sequence, which further is giving a random state, and this is my sequence of right to left shift when I am going to have a symbol in my March test element with a downward thick arrow. I hope it is clear. You already know what is a March test element, so you should be able to correlate. Okay. So अगर तो upward arrow आएगा तो left to right shift use करते हैं जिसमें ये up counting आती है, और अगर downward arrow होता है that is decreasing order of memory, तो हम right to left shift use करते हैं जिसका count sequence ये आता है. So please don't confuse कि increasing order का मतलब है कि वो memory को 0 to 10 की sequence में ही करेगा. Please, that is not possible because हम LFSR use कर रहे हैं. LFSR कभी भी काउंटर नहीं होता है. अगर मुझे वही चाहिए तो I can replace this by a binary counter. That would work fine. So binary counter can be used instead, but उसका overhead ज़्यादा होता है. Okay. So next we come to the next module, which is there. That is comparator. Okay. So what is this comparator? How it is actually formed? So comparator is nothing but it is working as a mutual comparator. Mutual comparator का मतलब है कि मेरी एक सेल की आउटपुट दूसरे सेल की इनपुट जा रही है. So जो एक सेल के अंदर है वो दूसरे सेल के अंदर ट्रांसफर होना चाहिए. अगर वो नहीं ट्रांसफर होता तो इसका मतलब मेरा एरर है. ठीक है. So that is easy way. That is one way of implementing the comparator because repeated structures, cell structures है हमारे इसमें. So if we don't use, it will be otherwise it is very difficult to form a comparator. So we do make use of this comparator. So using this comparator, it is showing me the two memory cells which are there. So there is a control logic, there is an address and a data generator. Data generator भी LFSR होती है, तो आप इसको control signal से use कर सकते हो दोनों के लिए. So it is going to tell me which cell of the memory it has to be accessed, और उन दोनों की उनको सेम ही सिग्नल मिलता है, रीड या राइट जो भी कंट्रोल सिग्नल मिलता है, सेम डेटा वैल्यू मिलती है 0 या 1. सो हम कंपेयर कर सकते हैं म्यूचुअल कंपैरेटर में कि दोनों वैल्यूज जो है वो इक्वल है या नहीं है. अगर नहीं है दैट मींस देयर इज एरर. इफ दे आर इक्वल इट मींस इट इज राइट. सो दिस इज द सिंपल मेमोरी बेस्ड यूजिंग द mutual comparator and the address generator which is based on LFSR. Okay. So that was for serial. Now we talk about the parallel. This is the same thing but implemented in parallel. Parallel के लिए आपको multiplexers लगाने पड़ते हैं. You will have to insert the multiplexer basically. So there is a cell array, there is a right column decoder. Those all things are already there in the memory when memory has to be read. But the only new thing which is I think not indicated in this diagram is you need to have the multiplexers. Okay, you need to have the multiplexers before the write drivers. जो मेरे write drivers है, मतलब ये जो decoder है इसके जहाँ से write होना है यहाँ पे मेरे multiplexers लगे होंगे यहाँ पे. So multiplexer का काम होता है कि आप multiplexer को अगर तो normal write है तो वो तो डायरेक्टली जो सेल को राइट करना पास कर देगा डेटा विच इज कमिंग, बट दैट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम दिस डेटा इन. बट अगर आप टेस्ट मोड में हो तो जो यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लेक्सर्स लगेंगे वो मल्टीप्लेक्सर हर सेल को कनेक्ट कर देंगे इन द शिफ्ट रजिस्टर मोड, जहाँ पे एक सेल की इनपुट वुड बी गिवन एज द एक सेल की आउटपुट वुड बी गिवन एज द इनपुट टू अनदर सेल. सो दे वुड बी जस्ट डेजी चेन्ड. डेजी चेन का मतलब समझते हो? डेजी चेन का मतलब is where output of one is connected to another and they are actually forming a chain. Okay, so यहाँ पे आएंगे आपके multiplexers. They would be connected here before the right drivers are there. Okay, so based on that, this is the sequence or this is the March test which has been used for SRAM. Okay, so this is nothing but your operations which are required. You need not go through. The essential part which is it requires is, so ये आपका element का sequence है M0, M1 and M2. It essentially requires an address stepper. Address stepper या generator एक ही बात है, moving from one address to another. BIST controller, that is a control logic that can be FSM based, ROM based, processor based. Comparator, which we have seen it to be a mutual comparator. A data generator, which is essentially an LFSR only, which can be used or multiplexed to be used with the LFSR used for address generator. That will depend upon the data lines and the address lines. So they can be multiplexed. And there is additional multiplexer to be asserted before the write drivers so that it can choose between the test mode inputs and the address, normal address for the data inputs. Okay, so that is what we are having. So agar parallel operation hai, we are going to repeat the operation n time, where n indicates the number of words in a bit, in a word. That is, agar 32 bit का word है तो n क्या होगा, 32 है. मतलब 32 times मुझे वही march element repeat करना है. Okay, fine. And this, how many number of states are minimum required? It requires minimum of 2 into the number of march elements which are there for read and write. 3 extra states are required. Why? 1 for starting, 1 for if error is detected, and 1 for telling that the state or the output is correct. So 3 extra states may be there, and otherwise it has a typical chip overhead of typically about 2%. Okay, so this is one of the most common configuration used for SRAM BIST. So that was all with your March BIST. So next we are having measure. वो हम नहीं कर रहे. It is sufficient for your syllabus to understand till this. Okay, because of online classes there are lot many limitations. So even that state transition diagram I have removed because theory questions तो आपको पूछने ही नहीं है, तो इतना बड़ा complex transition diagram करने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. आपको operation समझ में आ गया, implementation समझ में आ गया, that is more than enough. Just understand, memory के लिए march testing use होती है, और जब आप BIST करते हो तो आप उसी march test को hardware के अंदर implement करते हो, और उसके implementation के लिए ये मेरी overhead है. तो अगर मैं FSM base लेती हूँ तो minimum मुझे इतनी number of states चाहिए. Okay, और मेरा typical chip overhead 2% होता है for the SRAM memory BIST. And what hardware I require for this is, typically I need to have a BIST controller, a comparator, address generator, and a multiplexer before the write buffers which has to be there. So this is what you need to